Hello, kings and queens. It's Wisdom's Daughter, and welcome to another Hello, kings and queens. Let's start again. This is Wisdom's Daughter. Welcome to another Wisdom Family Picnic. Thank you guys so much for joining the live. Sorry that I am late. It has been a hell of a day, and it seems like all the forces that be were trying to prevent me from doing this live. Even now, I'm having technical difficulties. I had to bring the prince back early because he had a pool party that he just could not miss. So the young prince had a pool party that he just could not miss. And when I rolled up on the house, if you could even call it a house, good God almighty, it was absolutely stunning. And I can understand why he couldn't miss that pool party. And then I told you guys that I'm having work done in my house. So I literally had to put all the furniture back and get my computer back up and running and all of those things. So I am here. And again, thank you guys so much for your patience and for being. So let's see who was in the building first. All right, who was it? Who was in the building first? I got to get back to all these comments. All right, 313, the best side. She was in the building first. She said, I can't wait. Tiger Lily cutting up at 904 said, I have no money. I said, I have no money. Poor Shirley. We're going to get into all that. But first, let me just greet a few more people in the room, and then we're going to hear a word from our sponsors. Nola Brown, 000 in the building said, let's go. Galatians 6:7 said, happy Sabbath, Wisdom's Daughter. Got Andrea in the building. Leo Lady 251 in the building. Makes sense to it. Jones Poetry said, Uncle Willie here. He is electric sliding by himself. Lord have mercy. Well, we can't have Uncle Willie doing electric slide by himself. Anissa Ali in the building. Zenso, sound check. Annette, my mic sounds nice. Check one. We got a pimp named Nasty Nesto, cousin Nasty. EV, Jam, Pramana woman in the building. Linda Gibbs, I am Mrs. BB, the one and only Mechadon in the building. Queen Brielle, bald-headed heathen. Nesto Cell, Lord have mercy, Jesus. Nesto Cellmate said Nesto cried all night in my muscles when he found out about these messages. I bet he did. Tanya Lee in the building. All right, y'all. Thank you so much again for joining. Again, please excuse my tardiness. I had a whole meal planned for the picnic. Okay. I made some hot wings. I made a Caesar salad. I had them oxtail simmering on the stove. You know, you cook it low and slow. I left the house just for a few minutes to go pick up the young prince. Come back. Nightbot done ate up all the doggone food. All the doggone food. He done ate everything. He done got into the chicken wings. He done got into them oxtails. He done got into the pan of rice. I didn't even know he liked salad. He done got into the chicken Caesar salad that I made. Nightbot done ate all the plantain, just stuffing his face, 2-3 plantain at a time like him hungry. Nightbot, I'm going to report you. Report to the principal's office immediately. All right, let's get into it. Y'all keep an eye on the Nightbot so he don't get into any more trouble. And we're going to hear a word from our sponsors. Again, shout out and thank you to Butters and Blacksoaps. Butters and Black Soap offers high-quality, handcrafted butters, black soaps, and oils made with all-natural ingredients that improve the appearance of hair, skin, and nails. Try Butters and Black Soap's amazing collection of African black soaps sourced from Ghana and infused with ingredients such as turmeric, oatmeal, sea moss, coconut milk, activated charcoal, and more to promote healthy-looking skin. Say goodbye to dry, cracked skin with the Sea Moss Body Cream by Butters and Black Soaps. This non-greasy formula will leave your skin soft and supple. If you want to achieve a natural, healthy glow, try one of their whipped shea butters. Indulge in the luxurious feel of African black soaps and more by Butters and Black Soap. Shop now at www.butters, the letter N, blacksoap.com. Use custom code WISDOM for a 15% discount. Shop now. All right, everyone, make sure you check out Butters and Black Soap. Shut down that website. Go ahead and shop. We got Father's Day going to be coming up. They do have products for men. Men do like the black soaps because I'm hearing from a few of y'all that your husbands and your boyfriends is using your stuff. All right, so get them some cream to soften their feet, that argan and sea moss cream. Get them some African black soap and some beard oil. They will love you all the more for it. All right, we're going to get into the story because Nesto, you in trouble, sir. You are in trouble because PCFP she done unleashed them jail texts. And Linda Gibbs said, no sense in crying now. Old school Nixie said, good evening. Yeah, so we have got to talk about it. And I need y'all permission to do something that I don't normally do. So I need y'all to show me a little grace. I need to cuss. I need to. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm not gonna like let off the B word or the M word or the F word. No F bombs tonight. But can I just say that Nesto ain't shit? Can I say that? Y'all know I usually don't cuss up in here, but Nesto and Sonia ain't shit. Um, hey Deborah, I listen to phone calls from prison, and I am on her Patreon, and like I told you, them goodies is in the Patreon. So if y'all ain't on the Patreon, y'all missing out. But I started going through these 3,000 messages. When she said it's 200 plus pages, she was not exaggerating, and it was listen, it was shocking to say the least because the extent to which Nesto has lied. Okay, Nesto is over there love bombing the hell out of Sonia, lying to his wife. And poor Shirley. Shirley said, I don't know where we went wrong. Okay. June's poetry. I'm so glad you got fried red snapper and whiting and catfish ready because I did fry a little catfish, but you already know Nightbot got into it. So again, y'all keep your boy in check tonight. Because Nightbot be over there doing the most. He always attacking the doggone food. So yeah, it was eye-opening because Boneytail went on Tasha K. And we know that she was not being honest, but it was how deep those lies run for me. And Nesto is running game and running cons from jail. Why is he asking Sonia to send him all of his pictures, especially the ones that have him with the celebrities? Right? What is he trying to do from jail? Who is he trying to con from jail? Couldn't believe it. So we're not going to linger because I've kept you guys waiting long enough. Make sure you hit the like button as you enter the building. And if you haven't already done so, hit the subscribe button. That's a great free way to support the chat. All right. Or not support the chat, support the channel rather. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play just a few minutes of phone calls from prison. I'm going to, because it's a lot. And as you saw, it's Nesto's Jail Text Unleashed Part 1. A kiss before lying, and Shirley don't know what went wrong. So that's what we're talking about tonight. It's going to take a few days to unpack all of this. So we're not going to be obviously going through 2,000 jail messages tonight, but I have a few that I highlighted that I want to talk to you about. And we're going to look at a few of the newer, more recent messages. Okay. Just like, when you're reading the Bible, you get a little bit of the Old Testament and New Testament. So we're gonna look at some of the old messages and a few of the new messages, Lord. A pimp named Nasty Nesto said, who is going to donate some zooms and wham whams at the picnic tonight? I'm still trying to figure out what the hell zooms and wham whams are. I'm still trying to figure it out. But anyway, so let's hear just a little bit of PCFP. I have it queued up, and then we're going to go into a few of the messages because Sonia swore up and down that Nesto was her friend, and she is claiming that she is obsessed. That is a very strong word. She can't sleep, she can't eat. She is texting Nexto. She is texting Nesto day and night, all damn day long. How could she possibly keep a job texting him that much? And what really rubbed me the wrong way is the fact that he starts texting Sonia in November of 2022, but didn't start texting his wife until 5 months later. And Shirley over here trying to figure out why is the money always going down. And it takes me back to that one call. I believe it was the last call between them, April of 2024, where he says, he starts off the call literally not hi wifey, hi love, hi baby, hey boo, none of that. Did you put it in there yet? That's how he starts the call. I've talked about this call many times. She said, put what in there? The money for the books, the money for the books. Did you put the money for the books? Because he want to talk to his side piece. At Tiger Lily said, yes, I used to make them for, oh, okay, I'm sorry. That's a conversation that you guys were having. She said, I used to make them for my kids when they were little and they grew up and will always ask me to make them. And I'm not sure what you're talking about, but I want one. Nesto paid Big D a nudie to write some of those messages. Yeah, I questioned whether he really wrote those messages or not. I definitely questioned that for sure. So let's again, if you didn't already hit the like button, just click out of the chat, hit the like button, and pop back in. And shout out, of course, to all the wisdom ambassadors and VIPs in the building. And let's go ahead and get into this phone calls from prison call. And we got Mecca Dawn in the building. I think she's still in the building. Sometimes Mecca got to go to bed early. She like, look here, I ain't staying up all night with y'all. All right, let's go to phone calls from prison. Let's go. Let's get right to it. I got it queued up. All right, let's go.
Good afternoon, Miss Williams. In regards to last night, I knew that God instilled so much anointing into you and that your calling was so much greater, to the point that even Steve still had to hit you up for daily quotes. Even he cannot deny your position in God. So when I asked God to bring me an extraordinary and virtuous woman, he placed you in my life, a woman with grace, balance, and elegance that I have never had and at first didn't understand. I would never regret our years of marriage. In fact, I would do it all over again. I've never bowed down to no human being, but it is the God in you and the fact that God Himself speaks through you that makes me submit to His presence like a young child. It's a blessing as well that the same three men who stayed with us in our coastal luxury homes in their times of hardship are now the same three men who were there for us in our own hardship. I've seen so many that you have helped and watched them all fall by the wayside. It's the unknown people that show up in your life that give the encouragement that you need in your life. Just like Tasha, it took you 10 years to bring her back into your life to give you and I confirmation. She gave you confirmation on how toxic her boyfriend was, and she gave me confirmation that I was right on my judgment of his character as a man. If I hadn't have stood my ground, I would have never seen the truth come out. God never give us nothing that we can't handle. Anything He allow us to go through is for the sole purpose of growth and given to us because we are strong enough to withstand the pressure. When we first moved to LA, I would always stress that he didn't have to move out of the house. For one, I don't intentionally tarnish another man's character or lifestyle, and I was going off the strength of your judgment of his situation. But later in our marriage, I learned to study your character ability, that you despise drama or conflict. Once people learn your character, they will try to use it against you. That's where my ability kicked in that you needed. The street insight. These past 6 months, I was angry at God, but I realized when I was in Dallas last year, an older woman walked up on me out of nowhere at an RV convention. She told me I'd be facing some challenges before I turned 60. I didn't understand what she meant, but now I can see it after 10 months of incarceration. I had to be stripped down to then be rebuilt mentally. God had to restore my mind and my heart as well. He has showed up for me so many times. It's unexplainable and almost unreal. You have always supported me from day one through the good and the bad of all my endeavors. Whether it worked or didn't work, to be a part of the Billionaire Club, you have to have several businesses fail to then have found that one. I've already mastered my marriage. No matter what the situation was, nothing could tarnish your way of thinking, no matter how people presented themselves or whatever ammunition they had. Everything I've told you, I done. I accomplished except for NASCAR and 100 different properties.
Okay, I'm gonna pause for just a second. Normally I cut in every 15 seconds. I want to go back to what she had on the screen previously. I'm not gonna replay it. I just want to put it back on the screen because Nesto says something that I didn't hear the first time. I didn't hear PCFP read this. He says, when we first moved to LA, I would always stress that he didn't have to move out of the house. For one, I don't intentionally tarnish another man's character or lifestyle. And I was going off the strength of your judgment of his situation. And then he says, but later in our marriage, I learned to study your character, that you despise drama or conflict, and yada yada. So who was he? Who is he talking about? When we first moved to LA, I would always stress that he didn't have to move out of the house. Who is he? I'm trying to figure out who Nesto is talking about. Is he talking about Shirley's former husband? Y'all help me out. Who who is he? And I'm gonna try to skip forward so that I can get some of the comments. I want you guys to help me unravel that mystery. I don't know if you guys caught that. Um, he says, because it sounds like he's talking about. I don't think it's Dion because was could it be Dion? Was Dion living with them at the time? Y'all tell me what y'all think because I couldn't figure it out. It didn't make sense to me that it would be Dion. When we first moved to LA, I would always stress that he didn't have to move out of the house. For one, I don't intentionally tarnish another man's character or lifestyle. He wouldn't be talking about his son that way. He would have just said, who is he? Y'all tell me. Y'all tell me who y'all think he is. And I'll get to the comments. But that was mystery number one that I'm trying to unravel. I'm trying to figure out who is he. Now, he goes on to talk about she doesn't like drama. Then he talks about that's where his ability kicked in, that she needed the street insight. So he's telling Shirley, okay, those of you who are not sure how to read this, this is a call from April 28th of 20, not a call, a text from April 28th of 2023. This is part of the first text message stream uh with his wife. And let me just check something really, really quickly. Um, so the date on the left is the date that it was sent. Then you have the message. The other date and time that you see in the fourth column to the right is when it was reviewed. Now, I don't know. I'm assuming that's when it was looked at by Nesto. I don't know. But if you guys are wondering why it has a date of April on one side and a date of July on the other, I guess that whoever it was sent to, that's when they saw it. So maybe Shirley didn't see this message or open it until months later. That, wow, if that's the case, that's terrible. But anyway, he's basically saying that she needed that street insight. And Nesto has said many times that Shirley's not about that life. She's very delicate. She's a flower. He basically is saying she don't be outside like that. Shirley ain't outside. You know, she don't know what's going on. These past 6 months, he was angry at God. I don't know what he was angry at God about. If anything, I would think that God had a number of reasons to be angry at Nesto. But he realized when he was in Dallas last year, an older woman walked up to him out of nowhere at an RV convention and told him that he will be facing some challenges before he turns 60. Now, let me just stop right there for a second, because I do believe that that there are angels all around. And sometimes when God is trying to tell us something, like in The Color Purple, he will send people, perfect strangers, to tell you about yourself or to warn you. And I do think that was a warning then for Nesto to stop, let it go, figure out another way, because what you're doing ain't working and you're going to lose everything. He says, I didn't understand what she meant, but now I can see it after 10 months of incarceration. Really, Nesto? Now, 10 months, it took you 10 months? 10 months to see it? Okay. He said it took him 10 months to see it. Nesto Cellmate said those messages are deep. I've been reading all day. Tiger Lily said, "Where can we read all the text?" So what you need to do is you need to go to PCFP's uh YouTube page and click on Patreon. Let me see if I can actually show you in real time, because I don't, when people ask a question, I hate when I ask somebody something and they just give me a quick answer and then I go to look for what they said and I can't find it. So I want to make sure that you can find it. So here it is. Can y'all see it? Let me see. Hold on a second. No, you can't. Let me take this down 1 second. Okay. So here it is right here. Okay. If you click on the description, if you would like to read all the messages, join her Patreon. It's I think it's like $5 a month. It's not expensive, and you remember you can cancel at any time. You're not locked in. It's not one of these 12-month things or something like that. So if you really nosy and you want to be able to see it, because I'm going to talk about it, but I'm not going to show any more than what PCFP showed in her video. But I will talk about what I read. Okay, so you just click on that, and it's going to take you to the Patreon, and you click on become a member. Okay, this is what it looks like. Okay. Oh, she has a $3. So you can actually join for $3. All right, let's get back to, hold on a second. All right. This is what it looks like when you click on that link from Facebook. Y'all, I'm tired. From YouTube, okay? And she has a membership starting at $3. So you can do the $3 one if you like. All right. So let me get back to what we were looking at. Okay. Um So it took him 10 months to realize that he messed up. 10 months to realize he messed up. Let me go to the bottom. Kia Elder said, WD, you are really good at answering questions. You have helped me in many ways, and I thank you. Oh, you're welcome, dear. I mean, you know what? I just do for others what I would like them to do for me. Even when I give directions, I try to be as specific and give people landmarks, because I'm the one that will ask every person I come to the same question, because the person before didn't really tell me what I needed to know. The Nesto Manifesto is now on my shopping list. Yes, Tiger Lily. Be Nice said, I don't think Tasha's boyfriend ever lived with them. I don't know who he is. I'm not sure. That's a mystery. So maybe we'll find out as we go deeper. Oh, Sunshine and Rain Gardening said he's talking about Shirley's friend Tasha boyfriend. Keep listening. Okay, got you. Okay. Um, so Tasha's and her boyfriend, and Be Nice said I don't think Tasha ever lived with them. So the boyfriend was living with them. All right, I'm doing the comments in reverse. In an earlier call, he talked to Shirley about her brother leeching off of her. Interesting. Yeah, that girl repping BK New York. Big up, shout outs. You are always on it. I'm telling you, she's a super sleuth. If you want to know about something, you can go to her, you can go to Shea. They're gonna find it. I guarantee you they're gonna find it. So but yeah, I'm just wondering why he's mentioning that. What does that have to do with anything? And what was he mad about God about? What does he even have to be mad about God about? But anyway, we're gonna keep on going, and I will get back to the comments that I missed. Let me let phone calls and keep reading. That was just a couple things that stood out to me. He talks about how he had to be stripped down to then be rebuilt mentally. So if Nesto recognizes that he had to be stripped down so he could be rebuilt, and if God had to restore his mind and his heart, then why is he whining and complaining? And I really want to say the B word. Why is he witching and crying to Lamont? I got to get out of here, man. You got to get me out of here. And crying to this one. Then you should know that you are exactly where you need to be, because you need to be restored. And I don't think you're going to get out until that restoration has happened. And continuing to deny and lie, even now, even in real time, continuing to lie about what's going on, no, not until Nesto truly repents is he going to get out, if ever. Anyway, let me get back to where we were. Oh, and he talks about to be a part, this right here, to be part of the billionaire club, you have to have several businesses fail to then have found that one. And he says, I've already mastered my marriage. What planet is Nesto living on? To think that he's mastered his marriage in April of 2023 after being in jail for almost a year, after causing his wife to be evicted 4 or 5 times, causing her to be have her wages garnished. And I really truly feel now that Shirley had no idea the real reason why they had to leave that house. She knows now. I believe she knows now. I do not believe at the time, and at the time of some of these messages, that she really knew what was going on. Because remember, Nesto tried to be sneaky. He tried to go to the court on her behalf and have Erica King represent Shirley, the client, in that case. And Erica King's not even a lawyer. So she's not a lawyer, but she's pretending to be one to stand in on Shirley's behalf. And he's up in there and they're looking at him. Well, sir, you ain't even supposed to be here because you wasn't supposed to be living in this house. What's going on? Remember, he's also sending her parts of his quote unquote book. She mentions, honey, you're an author now. You have to proofread in her later messages. Got you. Okay. But I don't think she, yeah, Patreon strikes again. I don't think she knew. I really don't think she knew at the time. I know we were kind of speculating um on whether or not she knew about the eviction, or was she just, kind of playing it down or playing dumb, as she said, and using her own words. I don't think she knew. Tiger Lily says Shirley Strawberry really got herself in a mess, seriously. And um he thinks that he mastered his marriage by lying to his wife and telling his wife that it's because of bugs. We got to hurry up and move. What happened with the eviction before that? Did she know about that one? She may not have known about that one either. The same way Nesto did to his victims and said, "Oh, I upgraded you. I know you purchased a 1998 RV, but I upgraded you. I just bought you a 2002. Didn't ask permission. Oh, baby, we moving to a bigger and better house. We're doing bigger and better things." Because I think she put all of her eggs in one basket. I think she gave him all of the power financially to handle things, because that's what she wanted. She wanted a man who could handle things. Um, and Nesto thinks he's mastered his marriage. Now, all the while, he's been talking to Sonia with the "I love yous," and we're gonna get into it in a minute. Let me let this run. Let's see where we were at. Okay, we were about right here.
to make him a billionaire. And all to be a young man then, and now being older, and to have him drop such a jewel into my lap for free is a blessing. When my Jew friend Steve, who introduced me to the yacht game, and in time I met Denzel Washington. That's why I'm going back in my past to tell you how I want him in my biopic. If you remember, I stayed with them for 2 days soaking up free game. They treated me like I was already a part of their world. One thing I pride myself in is that when I was young, I told myself I never wanted to be an old fool with cigars hanging out of my mouth. I've learned by keeping those characteristics not to teach young people pointless thing a false game. That's why older guys were attracted to my spirit. I just realized what you put out is what you get back, and it come from anywhere. I remember when Charlie Wilson came to my business next to the Shepherd Center.
Okay, now hold on. There was something on there I wanted to highlight. Um, 34 years ago, I was watching this man in a cage TV announcing he had HIV. I know he's, um, this man had to figure out how 34 had to figure out in 34 years how he was going to have another source of income to make him a billionaire. Nesto, as we know it, is very materialistic. And I think that was one of the attractions, one of the things that attracted Shirley and him together. Because no shade. We know Shirley is very materialistic. She likes things. She likes nice things. And I don't know too many people who don't. But he keeps talking about billionaire. I don't know if he was looking at Steve Harvey thinking that he could get there. And if he was connected to Steve Harvey, he could become a billionaire himself. But if he thought that he was going to achieve that through Shirley Strawberry, I mean, she's not a billionaire. And can you imagine the amount of people he would have had to scam? Think about the number of people he scammed just to get 1 million. Wow. And he probably would have kept on doing it if he wasn't caught. Um, he starts talking about Steve Harvey like, like they really cool like that. And Steve Harvey probably met with him once or twice to help him out, do some business stuff. But, you know, he says, that's why I'm going back in my past to tell you how I want him in my biopic. Nesto, what is a biopic? I know we all know that you want Denzel to do your movie. It's not going to happen, but it's nice to dream. He wants Denzel to do his movie. What is a biopic? Are you trying to say biography? Your autobiography? Is that what you're trying to say? I think he's trying to say biography. He said, if you remember, I stayed with them for 2 days soaking up free game. Listen to how he talks, because we don't get the real Nesto on these calls. We get the mush mouth. That's not really Nesto any more than Michael Jackson is the guy who, hey everybody, it's Michael Jackson. That's not that man's real voice. Michael Jackson's voice is pretty deep in comparison to what you hear. Um, we don't get the real Nesto on the calls. We get mush mouth. We get a watered down version. Okay, so Miss Mad About Music said definitely Shirley's brother. I caught that too. I think he heard something about Shirley's brother was living in her house. Okay, so everyone's saying definitely. You need a solution too. Said it's so sad he hated her brother. Okay, good, good, good. So we got a consensus because I was trying to figure out who. Now we know why Nasty Talk messed to Sonia about AI because he was using it. Oh, Tiger Lily. Nightbot, them oxtails is gone. You ate them all. Okay, they're gone. They're gone. All right. You done ate up everything. He mentions lifestyle to whomever it is possibly in the community of LGBTQ. Yeah, I've wondered about that. But he just listen to how he talks and you can understand his mindset. Free game, right? Because it's game. That's what Nesto does. He runs game on people. He's still running game on Sonia. Shirley got out the game. Praise God. She got out the game. So they treated me like I was already part of their world. That was Nesto's goal. If you wonder why he married, we always ask why Shirley married Nesto. Why did Nesto marry Shirley? Because that was his way into that world. That was how he got to these celebrities. One thing I pride myself in is that when I was young, I told myself that I never wanted to be an old fool with cigars hanging out my mouth. I've learned by keeping those characteristics not to teach young people pointless thing, a give false game, or maybe it's or give. That's why older guys were attracted to my spirit. I just realized what you put out is what you get back, and it can come from anywhere. And ain't that the truth? That's the truth. Nesto put out game, and that game spent the block on him. Yeah. So, Nesto was conning people, and it came back in the form of karma. Anyway, then he starts talking about Charlie Wilson and whatnot. When Charlie Wilson was in his chair. Nesto doesn't have a barber's license, so why was he cutting hair in the first place? While I was cutting his hair, he was so humble, giving me a piece of his story and the things he overcame. Now he's 70 years old, still dancing like a king. The same thing Denzel was telling me about his wife was the same thing Charlie was telling me 10 years prior. That's the power a woman in your life holds. So what happened? That's the foundation of power. So what happened? One thing they told me is if a woman builds you up and refuses to try and tear you down, then you need to stick with her. That's one thing I have to applaud you for. And that's the fact that you have never tried to strip me of my manhood. So what happened? If you feel this way about Shirley Strawberry, why did you need Sonia? And even if you dabbled a little bit, even if you hit it with the liquid V and a couple toys and a BDSM mask and whatever the hell y'all was doing in our RV, why would you continue a relationship when you have a woman like this? Because he's a con man. This is all fake. You want to talk about love bombing? He love bombed Shirley. That's what happened. Shirley got love bombed. Shirley said, I don't know what went wrong. Shirley had no business being with a Nesto at all. At all. And when she saw the writing on the wall, she needed to jump ship. Instead, she almost went down with it.
Instead, whatever you couldn't get through to me, you gave to God. Starting from the bottom, Nesto writes again, I love you, have a good day. Shirley responds about 2 hours later. I love you too, honey. Thank you. See you soon. He went on a little farther and bowed with his face to the ground, praying, My Father, if it is possible, let this cup of suffering be taken away from me. Yet I want your will to be done, not mine. Matthew 26:39. Amen.
Now I'm gonna stop it right there because I don't think we're gonna go any further than that. Why is Shirley sending this man scriptures about Jesus? Nesto's not bowing his face down to anything. Now he might be bowing his face down to some ground while he in jail. Okay. If possible, let this cup of suffering be taken away from me. It won't. It hasn't, and it won't. Jesus' suffering was not self-inflicted. Nesto's suffering, self-inflicted. But what ultimately got me was the greeting. Did y'all peep the greeting? I'm not going to replay this. I just want you to see it on the screen. Did y'all peep the greeting? Good afternoon, Mrs. Williams. Now, I want you to compare the greeting that he gives to his side chick. Miss Boogie Down said, I'm sorry, Miss Pearl Jackson said, whoever Tasha is she talking about her boyfriend? She could be, but people seem to think it was the brother. No, her former husband is legendary Jower Strawberry's big brother. Doubt he was living with them. So yeah, must have been the brother. Definitely must have been the brother. Oh, Leo Lady said it could have been Sheridan's boyfriend. Zenso said apparently the brother is a freeloader. And I'm gonna side with the group because it's the majority that said brother. Because I did get somewhere that the brother was freeloading because Nesto does talk about it. I don't remember what call. Only to him says, remember he told Ray that he had to put Shirley's brother out of the house in California? Yes. Yep. Bald-headed heathen said this is a lot. It is a lot. Only to him, he told Dre on one of the calls that he had to put Shirley's brother out of the house in California. You are absolutely right. Only to him. I be telling y'all to keep your eyes and your ears to these social media streets, and y'all be doing just that. And I appreciate because I don't know it all. I'm not always gonna get it right. And sometimes I'm trying to figure things out just like y'all. Sunshine and Rain Garden and say he talking about Shirley's Tasha boyfriend. Keep listening. All right. So we got two great contenders, two great possibilities. All right. So let's go into some of these calls. Now, for those of you who are like, wait, we want to hear the rest of PCFP. I'm going to I'm going to get to the text messages that she's referring to. I'm not going to play what she's speaking, but we will get to it. We definitely will get to it. Um and let's start with let me see where I want to start. So let me just stop sharing this for just 1 second. And because I actually have screenshots that I pulled for you guys to make it easier for me to organize what we're going to do today. Because as someone said, it really truly is a lot. Okay. So we're going to go back from the beginning when Sonia began talking to Nesto. That's what we're going to look at. We're going to look at some of those messages and then and actually, you know what I'm going to do? Let me do it in the reverse. Let me go and look at some of the newer messages. So we're going to look at the New Testament, the most recent messages on a couple things and compare it to what was happening in the beginning because these two have absolutely zero shame. Um it's disgusting, okay? This should really say the dumb and the restless. It says the old and the restless, okay? He left a woman who doesn't keep money in her bank account to a woman who was willing to stay by his side even after she found out about pedo charges and SA charges and everything else. Um wow, Nesto. It's you can't make this up. I mean, real life is better than fiction. I'm gonna tell you that right now. You can't make this up. All right, let me go ahead and share and make sure I can find where I want it on the screen. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna make it big so you guys can see. And I'm gonna move Shirley and them out the way. So Shirley, Nesto, Sonia, y'all gotta go. All right. So I'm going from the bottom to the top. So on May 22nd, This wasn't even a month ago. Ernest says to Sonia, okay, baby, love you too. He asked her if she's okay. She said, I just landed now. Ugh, worst airport experience. Right. The next message from Sonia says, I love you more every day. I was just thinking of more things. Oh, you know what? I said I wasn't going to show this. So let me do this. I'm sorry. I did say I wasn't going to show it. I love you more every day. I was just thinking of more things that prove your innocence and things I need to get to your lawyer. There is no reason they should not indict or dismiss on the sex charges. There is no further investigation needed. Plus, Judge Adams requests them to do so in November. Do we have those transcripts? She says, I miss you. Nesto says, now we're going into the next day because I guess he didn't respond the previous night. She texted him like at almost 11 o'clock at night. So 1 o'clock in the morning, this looks like 1 o'clock in the morning, she's texting him, I love you. Then 8 o'clock in the morning, he texts back, good morning, my love. No, but Bible can get them. I don't know what that means. I guess he's asking her to get his Bible. I don't know what that means. Good morning, my love. No, but Bible. Oh, okay. I know what Bible means. Wow. They're talking about the prayer warrior. They call her the Bible lady. That's their code for her. Interesting. Very, very, very interesting. And y'all give me a second because I got lost in the comments. I don't even know where I'm at. Um, so he says, good morning, my love. No, but Bible, meaning his prayer warrior, can get them. Tony B said, hey, WD, do you think Mississippi Monica will share these messages with Steve? Steve is probably watching him damn self, okay? He's probably watching himself. Yeah, he's probably watching himself. So they believe that their PI / prayer warrior / Bible lady can get them. The next message now, again, look at how he addresses Sonia. Good morning, my love. He didn't address his wife that in April of 2023. This is before she said, I'm tired, I'm done. Nesto, I'm tired. I'm tired of your scheming, tired of your lying, and all your schemes too. All right. So yeah, she's tired. But she wasn't tired in April of 2023. And he addresses her as good afternoon, Mrs. Williams. And Ernest replies, she didn't come today. This is at 10 o'clock in the morning. She didn't come today, but she can get the transcript that is needed. I need for you to enjoy your day. Okay, I love you. That's Nesto to Sonia. Okay, so when you hear Bible, they're talking about the prayer warrior. Okay. Then Sonia replies back at 11 o'clock. Morning, babe. My stomach is tore up. I ate Wendy's last night and it effed me up. Ugh, never again. Once I feel better, I guess I will enjoy the day. It's hard times. Love you. This is as recent. This is May. This is May 23rd. This is May 23rd. Um, so it's not, this is not like it was such a long time ago and so forth. All right. So the next message, and did I start at the beginning? I don't think I started at the beginning. Let me see. Okay. So this was the most recent message. My apologies because I realized I'm going backwards. So the first message to Nesto or Nesto from Nesto to Sonia was, good morning, my lady, my love. I hope your meeting go good with good news. I miss you like mad for real, baby. Enjoy your day. This is how he's talking to Sonia at 8:30 in the morning on May 24th. That's how he's talking to her. I didn't hear him talk to Shirley like that. Good morning, my lady, my love. Okay. Sonia probably saw that and got wet. Yeah, I'm cutting up tonight because I am disgusted with these two. So Sonia replies at 12 in the afternoon, and I'm not necessarily reading all the message on the screen. I'm just putting them up there, okay? Because it's a lot of messages, and I can't read all the messages and read this at the same time. So She says, "Good morning, handsome man. I'm on the way to attorney now. Fingers crossed. Now, so now she says, did Sylvia come to visit? I love you. I miss you. I can't believe this is still going on." Yeah, we can't believe it either. We can't believe that y'all still lying and not being honest about your relationship. I get blamed for everything. Thank you so much for being a member of 3 months. She said AI wrote those texts. AI wrote them. Said, nah, he ain't write that. So Ernest says, no, she did not come. She says, okay, love you. Then he texts her at 9 o'clock that night. So the I love you was at almost 3 o'clock p.m. Then 9 o'clock. How your day going, my lady? She responds back a little while later. Just woke up. Okay, it's 10 o'clock in the night, and she's saying she just woke up. I bought two puppies. I was bored. Long day. Love you. The meeting went well. Can't say on here, but yes. I approve this message, said manipulation at its best. Absolutely. Bowheaded Heathen said, what's the AI thing? I know it means artificial intelligence, but how does it play here? He may be using AI to write these messages for him. AI can do just about anything. I can generate thumbnails using AI if I chose to. I like doing it myself because I think I do a better job. Sorry, Nightbot, but nah, you ain't helping me do no damn thumbnails, okay? Until you stop eating up all the food at the picnic, no, you ain't. Question from Tiger Lily. Why does he say she's a blessing? All the while complaining he had to drive her like a chauffeur. Nesto uses people, so when he says those things, it's a part of his gaslighting. The crazy thing is, all this time Shirley has been in an abusive relationship and didn't know it. Do you know that gaslighting is a form of abuse, especially when it goes on over a long period of time, where you have someone constantly tell you that you don't know what you know? No, no, no. You don't know how that go. No. See, you don't know about these things. Let me tell you. He's constantly trying to tell Shirley what to think and trying to control how she moves. Now, he did it in such a subtle way, I believe, that Shirley didn't even detect it. Okay? The lies, all that, all the gaslight, that's a form of abuse. It's a form of emotional abuse. Making her, second guess. AI didn't understand him that time. Bowheaded Heathen said he definitely would have kept on scamming. Um, so they basically say that the prayer warrior didn't come. He says, how's your day? How's your day going? She responds back 10 o'clock at night, talking about she just woke up and she bought two puppies because she was bored. She says she can't say via text how the meeting went, but yes. Now the next day, this is on, because this is in reverse, so y'all forgive me. This is on the 25th. So the 25th of May, 2024, Nesto says, good morning, my love. Two puppies. Laugh out loud. I can see you laugh out loud. She responds at 9:30 in the morning, about an hour later. Good morning, babe. Yes, two. I'll send pics. I know. Plus, I have a job offer in 5 Points. Don't know where that is. Love you. 10 minutes later, 15 minutes later, he says Midtown and Little 5 Points. Bible lady coming 10 a.m., I believe. The government lady received your papers. The text you sent, she said, was nice. I'm hoping the news you received was great. Yeah, okay. So Nesto's not the only one who's who is skilled in con artistry. Okay, that's my new word. Okay, con artistry. They are skilled because Sonia is gaslighting Nesto too. All right, so Black but Not Bitter said biographic picture movie. No, it's biopic. He's correct. Okay. All right. Well, I learned something. Yes, biopic is a movie dramatizing a person's life. All right. Well, thank y'all for taking me to school. Um, wasn't familiar with that one. I sure wasn't. And I just assumed it was some mush because Nesto be making the words all the time. So anyway, Wisdom's daughter is not too proud to learn something. Nesto got an excuse for everything. Now he talking about I didn't have a Hummer. Yeah. What Hummer, right? I didn't have a Hummer. What Hummer? Okay, so Bible lady, and then Sonia starts talking. She starts talking people's business. Bible lady's diabetes acting up, won't make it. You get more innocent people info. Yes, she thanked me. Love you. Why are you telling other people's business? All right. Y'all give me just 1 second. This is actually my son calling, and he's not feeling good after that pool swim. Hold on 1 second, y'all. All right, y'all. Sorry about that. So, apparently some of the kids came out the swimming pool complaining of an earache, and he got a ton of water in his ear. He was already coming off the airplane, and it takes time for your ears to kind of repressurize. So he is not feeling good at all. I gave him some Tylenol, and it is not kicked in yet. And if you've ever had an earache or anything like that, you know exactly how painful it is. And he said, "I'm so sorry for interrupting your live." I said, "Baby, you're my child. It's okay. It is quite all right." So yeah, so he's unfortunately he's gonna have to wait for that medicine to kick in. But if any of you know any natural recipes for earache, I don't know if I need to put a warm compress on his ear, but if y'all know of something, let me know. And I know we do have some nurses in the picnic. I don't know if they're present today, but if there's any medical professionals and you can give me some guidance, I would appreciate that. Okay. All right. Um, Empath VB said this is another instance of him trying to remind Shirley why she should feel indebted to him because he was valuable to her. Absolutely. Um, so these are the messages between these two. Okay. Um, and it is a stark contrast to the conversations that he's having with his wife. But I'm gonna keep going. Here's another one from, let me see. Okay, so we've got, let me go back to the beginning and see where the first message for. So we got the New Testament, okay? Those are the current messages of what they're talking about. So his prayer warrior still coming to visit him, okay? And he is okay with that because he has to accept it. And so, it's not like he doesn't want her to come, and apparently she's helping them with some stuff behind the scenes. And all I'm going to say is uh, I would be very careful about the level of involvement as a blogger in an open case like this, because what you don't want to do is end up on law enforcement's radar, especially when you yourself have an open case. I would be very nervous about getting that involved to that level. That girl repping BK New York says Steve knew about Nesto being locked up the day after it happened and never told Shirley. They all knew he was locked up. Wow, that's right. He did say that he knew. He said that he knew. Wow. All right, Steve, I'm putting you in the doghouse too. Auntie Knows Kitchen, thank you so much for the super chat. She says, love your content, and we love you. I be catching them recipes and whatnot over there, Queen. Thank you so much for your gift, and may your gift return back to you 10 fold. June's Poetry just dropped some memberships. Hold on. Okay, wait a minute. Let me. I'm getting to it. I was getting to it, Paul. June's Poetry gifted 5 memberships. Thank you so very much. I'm not able to see who got gifted because I don't have it up. And I usually like to call those names. All right. But those of you who got gifted, welcome officially to the Wisdom family. You're already in the picnic. All right. So if you don't know how this go, we be kin now. So y'all throw it up in the chat and make these kings and or queens feel welcome up in the picnic, and give a huge warm wisdom thank you to that king, June's Poetry, who gifted those memberships. I hope you guys enjoy. And as I said, I'm working on some new stuff for you guys, so there's definitely coming. I got Miss Boogie down. Thank you so much for the super chat. She said, "Thank you, WD, and I'm glad you brought up the fact that this narcissist did victimize his current wife. Also, he spared no one. So sad. He loves no one but one himself. That's all who he loves." June's poetry and Queen Miss Boogie down. May your gift return back to you tenfold. Absolutely. Um, Nesto has love for one person and one person only, and that's himself. That's who he loves. Himself. You know? Nesto will step on whoever he needs to step on and use whoever he needs to use to get what he wants. That's all he's going to do. Shirley was a means to an end. And he would have stayed with her as long as she would have put up with it. If Shirley was continuing to put up with this, he would have had no qualms. Even today, having these kind of conversations with Sonia, really? Shirley's brother lived in her CA home for years. Nesto was Shirley's arm piece, and Shirley's proximity to prominent people is what interested Nesto. There it is. There it is. That's a fact. That's an absolute fact. You know? I don't understand why Steve didn't pull his sis aside and say, "Look here, I need to share something with you, and you don't got to take my word for it, but you need to look into some things." And maybe, well, I can't say, I was gonna say maybe he did, but he said that he knew about it and they didn't say anything because Mississippi Monica was feeding all this information. And Tiger Lily said, "Nesto, I would die for you. You are my world. God sent me Shirley. I don't have any money." Y'all wrong. Y'all are wrong. All right, let me see. Maybe I'll play a little bit more of let me see. I was going to play a little bit more PCFP. Yeah. All right. So let's do this. Let's get into a little bit more of PCFP because there's one part. Thank you so much for reminding me, Tiger Lily. There's one part that I want to get to. So I'm going to play it from here. Let me get past the scripture of her comparing this man to Jesus and Job. Shirley, you need to stop. All right, let me go ahead and share this with you guys. And again, shout out to PCFP because she reads very, very well. Not everyone reads well, and as a content creator, depending on the kind of content that you're bringing in the format, it's important that you can read. I'm just saying, it's important that you read well and that you can narrate, because who wants to listen to somebody sound like a second grader? I mean, it's you can't be on here trying to read stuff if that's not your forte, because it's just not a good look. Um, all right, so go ahead and share that and let's go.
Amen. Shirley stopped messaging Nesto back regularly around May 29th, 2023. Nesto sent some messages to Shirley after their ultimatum phone call when she told him she was sick of it. That call occurred on June 15th. The day before, Nesto sent this message to Shirley. Keep in mind that Shirley had not been responding to Nesto's text or really answering his calls at this time. Our anniversary is the 16th of this month in 2 days. You told me 9 years ago that if you ever died and if I chose to marry another woman, that I should never lower my standards to something under how beautiful and amazing you are. So the same goes for you. Even after me, God forbid, never settle for nothing lower than me. Stay in grace and greatness. That is what our Lord would want for you to have. May God be with you, my lady in the clouds. I love you forever. From your magic man, Big Nesto.
Okay, we're gonna stop it right here. Hold on one doggone minute. Whew, that's a big wait minute. Mm, 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 mm. Kate Stable in the building. She said the mess continues to explode. Love it here at Wisdom's Daughter. Well, I'm so glad because I love being here with y'all. Um, Silver and Ghost said, "I noticed Nesto doesn't write his text at Mushmouth. He might be getting somebody to write, because remember he said it takes him a long time to write these text messages, and that's why sometimes there's such a long time between one text to another. I mean, that's what he said. That's what he said. Um, Shirley didn't respond. She don't care about our anniversary is the 16th of this month. Um, They got married in January. What is Nesto talking about? Our anniversary is the 16th of this month. What anniversary? They got married on June, wasn't it? I'm saying June, January. Wasn't it January 9th of 2015? I believe they got married because that's his birthday. I believe they got married on his birthday. Why is he saying our anniversary is the 16th of this month in 2 days? What the hell is Nesto smoking up in jail? Is that the anniversary of when they met? I don't know. You told me 9 years ago that if you ever perished and I chose to marry another woman, that I should never lower my standards to something under how beautiful and amazing you are. So what the hell happened? Nestos? What happened? You lowered your standards to a woman who can't even see eye to eye with you on where to go out to eat. You lowered your standards to a woman that can't get anything done. Sonia can't even hold down a job, and I don't think it's medically related. 10 o'clock at night, she in bed, she just waking up, but she managed to buy two puppies. She managed that. Why would you why would you give up a diamond for a dust bunny? You know? And listen, I'm sure she's got some good qualities. I mean, Nesto's telling the woman he loves her, and I believe he believes he does. How about that? We know the truth, but I believe he believes that he loves this woman. I believe that he's saying whatever he needs to say to keep her around so he can get what he wants. But I'm pretty sure after all this time, he's developed feelings. I mean, sometimes you can't help but not develop feelings. But what happened? Never settled, but you settled. You settled for someone who has issues and mental problems. Someone who would talk about your wife like a dog. Someone who would say, well, I don't get along with your son or your best friend or your brother, so I don't care about them. They ain't got to speak to me. Someone who would disrespect those who you love, who would sit on the phone and call your best friend stupid, idiot, and you just sit there going along with it, licking her booty, kissing her behind. Really, Nesto?
Oh, Shirley's response to that text message, I don't have any money. This is Nesto's response back. How things tonight, and can you tell me everything that's going on? I get a free call on Monday. You just have to answer it. I love you, and everything is going to be okay in Jesus' name.
No, Nesto, it's not. Okay. The woman says she don't have any money. She don't want to talk. She ain't got no money. She can't help you. She can't put no money on the books. You're gonna have to find somebody else to fund your side chick conversations. Okay. What's going on? She told you what's going on. She has no money. That's what's going on. Everything is not okay. She's not okay. She's learning about what was really going on. Somebody talked to Shirley. This was in June of 2023, June 14th of 2023. This was, if I remember correctly, about 2 weeks before that Zoom call was going to come out, and we was going to learn that Nesto had some pedo charges and he couldn't be around animals and kids. Somebody talked to Shirley. And if you ask me, I think it was Krell. Somebody told Shirley something. She figured out something around this time. She got woke is what happened. She got woke. Okay. And that was the inside of my cheek making that noise. I didn't pass gas, just anybody who want to be funny. Um, so yeah, she got woke. And then he want to try to quote scripture. All this will soon pass and be back to our, not our, but our normal life. That's why Shirley said you need to proofread your stuff. No, it won't soon pass. Shirley's gonna be recovering from this for a long time. And your life ain't never gonna be back the way that it was. Mm-mm.
I know how you are when you don't have any money. All this will soon pass and be back to our normal life. As you see, this message was sent on June 14th. Nesto and Shirley had their ultimatum call on June 15th. This next message was sent by Shirley about a week after they had that call. I just never thought you and I would end up like this. Not you and I. I am beyond hurt and I don't understand what went so wrong with us. Do you know what happened?
Shirley. Ooh. So PCFP took it off so quick. Hold on. One
after
second.
they had that call. I just never thought.
Shirley says, I am beyond hurt. Now, this was June 22nd. So this was about a week after the ultimatum call. Nesto wanted to know, what is your decision? Yay or nay? Are you staying or you going? I need to know, am I staying married to you or am I just going to build my life with my side chick? That's what Nesto was really asking. That's what he was really asking. I'm just saying. And let me put this on another screen so this way I can see the comments as they're coming in. Um Shirley says, I'm beyond hurt and I don't understand what went so wrong. Hey Onisha, I see you. You don't understand. Two, 211 pages, 2.2 megabytes. I can't with y'all in these names. Lord have mercy. Onisha said, hey, wisdom and everyone's late. Miss last night. Here now, that man have no heart and no soul. No, he don't. He's the devil. Okay, I want to say with a southern accent, he's the devil. He's a devil. He's a devil. Shirley doesn't know what went so wrong. We got to help a sister out. Okay. We got to help a sister out. Jermaine Smith in the building. King, how you been and where you been? What's going on? He said, let's give Nesto a break. He was truly in love because when you don't care, you come home every 4 days. Jermaine, I'm going to beat you. 211 pages. Jermaine is a comedian, okay? He's a comedian. He's the one that leaves all those funny comments on under my videos that I usually pin. And when I tell you, listen, I'm gonna have to start wearing a diaper because I swear every time I read one of your comments, I laugh and I pee just a little. Anyway, um, so he was being facetious, okay? We gotta help Shirley out. Shirley is saying that she don't understand what went so wrong with them. Shirley still doesn't get it. She's not realizing on June 22nd of 2023 that she married a con artist. She is still thinking that Nesto is who he said he was. Um, he was never going to be faithful because that is not why he got in a relationship with Shirley to begin with. It wasn't love. It was I don't even know if I could say it was lust. Um, Old School Nixie said, I think in some instances, Shirley Strawberry used Bible verses as a tactic to sideline him so she didn't have to directly deal with his needy emotions, which were tiring. And she was tired. That's why she said, I can't do this no more. I'm sorry. Have you ever been there? Have you ever been in a relationship where you said, I just can't. I'm done. I can't do this no more. I can't do the emotional roller coasters anymore. I can't do the lies anymore. I can't do the being left in the dark, you know? And it seemed like every time I turn around, you in some shit. I can't do it no more. Tiger Lily says, unfortunately, I've been in Shirley Strawberry's position and it's terrible. All jokes aside, she's on the road to recovery and I applaud it. She has to own her part to heal. Otherwise, it's a band aid rip in waiting. Wow. Tiger Lily be coming with that wisdom. Okay. Tiger Lily be cutting up, but she be coming with that wisdom. You need a solution too. Says Strawberry didn't want to see what was before her. Plus, he used Jesus when he needed to. He used it in jail, house prayer meeting with IS, even. But God will not be mocked. One thing for sure: every knee shall bow. And can I tell you something about that? And I ain't preaching to you. I'm just saying, every knee is gonna bow. Some of them knees gonna bow voluntarily, and some are gonna bow involuntarily. Okay? Nesto is bowing, but it wasn't voluntary. It sure wasn't. And one day, Tiger Lily, I'm gonna have you come up and you're gonna share your story if you're comfortable. If you're comfortable sharing just a little bit about what you went through, because I don't know how long it's gonna be until we hear from Shirley. Um, but I've said it before. I think it's important that after all this that we hear from Shirley, but she's not ready, and that's okay. She's not ready. She's not ready to tell. You know, she's been quiet. Sonia talking all over the place, you know, all over, everywhere, anywhere she can be heard. Shirley is silent. Nesto had to know if Shirley visited him in jail, she would check who was coming to see him. Maybe. I don't know if it works like that. Bible has been used for everything mankind can think of. Absolutely. Yeah. I don't know if it works like that, Tony. I don't think it's a manual sign-in sheet. I think it's electronic. I don't know. I don't remember when I went to some of y'all may not know that I went when the prayer warrior got locked up in Fulton. I went to Rice Street Jail to look for her, to check up on her. And to see if I could visit and find out if she needed anything. Okay. So I know I have gotten in her ass. I've gotten on her case. All right. Because I feel that a lot of what's being done is unnecessary, is disappointing, is disheartening, especially when you turn on the people who had your back. Now, there are other content creators who had a closer relationship. I wouldn't call it a relationship necessarily. It was just starting and it was over before it started. But at the end of the day, I'm not a petty person. And so I can put my personal feelings aside to say, do you need some help? Because I'm not going to kick somebody when they're down, right? They may not spit on me if I was on fire, but I'm gonna go and check. And I went up there to do that, but unfortunately, she wasn't there. I didn't know she had been moved to another jail, and before I could get there, she ended up in Clayton County. But I did go to check. I don't think I've ever told you guys that. Because there are still people in the comments coming for me like, why are you talking bad about her? Wasn't that your friend? Don't presume to know what's going on. There's a lot of things going on behind the scenes that we don't know about, that y'all don't know about. Because as content creators, we don't tell you everything. Just like Nesto and Sonia wasn't talking about everything on them damn calls. Those calls are so superficial with him acting like, okay, so how you doing? How your day going? Okay, you working? You sleep? You made something to eat? You got to go to the bathroom? Sound like you got to go to the bathroom. So what you doing today? Okay, well, okay then. You sure is right. You don't really get the I love yous. You don't really get all of this the rest of this that we're going to get into. We still got time because we're only about an hour and 15 minutes in. Um, very, very superficial calls. When even though Sonia may appear to be um pining over him a little bit, it's worse in these text messages. It's a whole lot worse. So they were truly faking the funk on these calls, especially once they found out that it hit mainstream, it hit the media, the public, social media. They knew that obviously was being recorded. But yeah. So what I'm gonna do uh is I'm gonna help Shirley out real quick, all right? And y'all can help me out by putting your advice to Shirley Strawberry in the chat because she says she don't know what happened. What happened is you married a con artist. That's what happened. Oh, guys, thank you so much. So someone said warm olive oil with a cotton ball. I'm definitely gonna try that. They have oil for swimmer's ear at every pharmacy. Okay, I do have some olive oil. I will warm some of that up because he is literally crying that he can't sleep. And I gave him 2 extra strength Tylenol. Um, and before y'all come at me, this child weighs more than I do, and he's tall, and his body can handle, 2 extra strength Tylenol. It's just that it doesn't kick in right away. It takes a little while. I should have given him the Aleve. I didn't even think about it, but I will warm up some olive oil. I do have I don't have cotton balls, but I have cotton sheets, if that makes sense. The disposable washcloths. So I'll use that. Yeah, I will definitely use that. So yeah, I don't hear him, so he may well have fallen asleep, but I'll make sure that I do that. Apple of his eye said they want to know what she spent the Cash App money on. I heard about that. I don't know what that whole thing was. What was going on with that and the goings ons, but apparently there was a whole live to talk about something to do with some cat. I don't know. I don't know. Miss Kitty, thank you so much for the 4.99 super chat. She said Nesto will eventually bow to God sincerely, and God will hear him and give him comfort. He's still going to prison, but God will be there with him. Oh, Miss Kitty said no, it's sweet oil, not olive oil. What is sweet oil? Y'all have to help me with that. What's sweet oil? Is that what it's called? Because I believe there's a 24-hour CVS around here, so maybe I'll just run out to CVS and get something. Shea said, remember Sonia's lease is up June 30th. Now after these DMs started, DM and Sonia has definitely fled. She said DM and Sonia has definitely fled. Yeah, she talks about how she was very upset about the crap that he said about her to Dion, because she's like, I moved all the way here to be with you, and you over here talking crap about me, and don't try to act like you didn't, because you definitely did. Thank you so much, Miss Kitty. All right, so y'all, that's him calling back. Hold on one second, y'all. All right, y'all. Um, y'all give me just a minute, and I want y'all to keep the conversation going in the chat. Remember what I asked. We Shirley needs some advice. She don't understand what happened. She don't know what went so wrong. So we need to let Shirley know what went wrong. Um, I am Mrs. BB said a leave must be taken with food, so Tylenol is better. Yeah, it's yeah, that Tylenol ain't doing nothing. Hydrogen peroxide that can be used to treat ear infections or the buildup of wax is generally safe. All right, I'm gonna try that. All right, y'all. So listen, y'all give me just a minute. Y'all keep the conversation going in the chat. And those of you who have to go, I understand. I ain't gonna hold it against y'all, but y'all keep the conversation going. Just give me just a minute. Let me tend to this. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to let PCFP play in the background, is what I will do. Okay, I'll let it play in the background because I don't want y'all just sitting here and y'all ain't got nothing to listen to. All right, and then we're gonna get back right to it.
Thought you and I would end up like this. Not you and I. I am beyond hurt and I don't understand what went so wrong with us. Do you know what happened? Nesto responds, it's okay. I will never give up on us. I apologize for last week. We are all human. We are both going through difficult times being separated from one another. You have all the right to be beyond hurt. I have no reason to upset with you because you have been by my side this whole time 1000%. I will never give up on our marriage. I will not let the devil win. I love you forever. I heard in you voice last week, no matter what, our marriage is stronger than ever. Thank you for replying back. It's been 7 days. I just like to know where I stand because my life has been stripped away from me. Thank God that I'm a great listener. It's the small words that being big impact. You have a wonderful day and thank you for thinking about your husband. Nesto continues on. Don't forget, I stated to the world a public announcement. I will die for you no matter what as long as you have me and continue loving me. That keeps my strength like Samson in the Bible. Every day I love you more and more, just like my favorite ice cream. No one knows my flavor better than you. So we can't let people hijack our love from one another. A lot of people wish they had this power and energy that we have. Go out there and suck up some of that sun for me, and I will keep piping out the window, looking at the clouds and thinking about you. How you and I used to ride together, and all you talked about was them beautiful clouds in the sky. So let's just keep letting God continue working in our life, and I promise you, we will just fine. Never give up. Starting from the bottom, Shirley sends Nesto a message the next day. Your attorney says he's coming to see you today. Nesto replies, "Thank you, my love." Shirley says, "You're welcome." Starting from the bottom again, Shirley writes Nesto a few days later. Your lawyer will be there to see you again today. Nesto replies, "Okay, thank you again, my love." Shirley says, "You're welcome." The next day, Nesto sends Shirley a message. Starting from the bottom, "Good evening and how are you? My lawyer came and seen me late last night. If you can find time, look in your phone and give me my friend Daryl and send it to me, please. We don't have free calls here anymore, so I'll call you tomorrow with Dre. Have a good night." Shirley sends him the phone number, and Nesto says, "Thanks, I love you." Shirley replies, "Okay." The very next day, Nesto sends Shirley a message. "I'm so very, very sorry. I hope you will forgive me. May God be with us in Jesus' name, because that's all we both have right now. I promise you I will take full responsibility for any action for what's happening in our life right now. So please give me the time for me to get out and make it up to you. The storm is almost over, so please stay strong, and God is going to protect us. And once again, I'm so, so sorry for all the damage and drama that I've caused in our life. Because of my past, people assume that I'm guilty, but that's not so true. Only God can judge me. Soon and very soon, the truth will come out. So have blessed night, and I love you forever. Forgive me for my typo. I have to get me some stronger glasses." This is the last message that Nesto sent to Shirley until October of 2023. Shirley never responded, but here's the message from October. Nesto writes, "God is good all the time." Nesto and Sonia started texting in November of 2022. This is the very beginning here, and as you can see, a few messages in, Nesto tells Sonia that he is in love with her. Sonia writes to Nesto in November of 2022. "I love you more every day, and I want you to be happy always. Ever since I found you in there, it's like a dark cloud over my life. I need you to be healthy, and I worry a lot about you. If I don't hear from you, it's a problem in my head. You have to call, even if it's for 2 minutes. I seriously worry about you there. I feel like I have to take care of you while you're down, and I wish your family supported you during this time, even if the relationship is not every day. The bond should be there. I'm not going to harp on it. I got you. I don't care about the details of those situations. I only worry about the you and I relationship. I feel like in my head, you are mine, and I have to fix this. I have to fight for you to be free. I sometimes wonder if we would move out of the friend place. Then I push the thoughts out of my head. We never agreed to be more than friends, and I'm trying to honor that. It gets hard, really hard, but I try not to say anything to you, 1%. It's added pressure, and it would not be fair to you. I think I purposely don't try to date, thinking something will come out of this. Being in love with you doesn't help dating. I feel like no one would compare. We vibe so well, we can hang out and do simple things, and it would be the best time ever. It's just always been conversation and great sex. On borrowed time, I've never been in this space to want what you can't have. Love you." Sonia continues, "When did you feel you are in love with me? You see how crazy I am? I will say this. I love your smile. I love how positive you are. I love how your morning spirit is. I love how you treat me. I love how you inspire me. I love the advice you give me. I love how you always took the time every morning to check on me. I love the time you'd spend with me. I love spending time with you, even if no sex. I love sleeping with you. I love sex with you. I love how giving you are. I love your body. I love the way you dress. I love your style. I love your country ass ways. I love how simple you can be. I love your pickup line, blessing. I love how you smell. I love how you feel. I love your head, neck, and face. I love your hands. I love your legs, bad knees and all. I love your walk. I love your laugh. I love your voice, love your teeth. I love your mouth, lips, and the way you kiss. I love the way your body feels hugged up. I love the fact that we can just talk about anything. You are my best friend. I'm happy we met. You are a blessing in my life. I appreciate you and value more than I can say." Sonia continues, starting from the bottom. "I'm in love with you, Ernest. Missing you so much. I love you more today. You are everything to me. I appreciate and love you more every day. I'm so horny, I miss you naked." 2 days later, Sonia sends Nesto this message. Listening to you tonight, I realize we're just friends and that's our reality, and I need to keep that in mind at all times. I think you need to get more support from the wife, not talking about money. She needs to find the ability to fully support your situation. This comes from being with, marrying, dating black men. They are often targets and go through legal issues. I need to fall back after you make bail on all cases. This is not healthy for me to be so involved with someone's husband.
Thank you. It's not healthy for you to be involved with someone's husband. So she does have a little bit of sense. Y'all, thank you so much. I expected to come back and everybody be gone. I appreciate you guys giving me just a minute to tend to the young prince. I was able to get something to him. So he's starting to get a little bit of a relief. And the puppies are up there with him. And because, dogs can sense when we're not well. And sometimes we underestimate the power of dog therapy. So I put something on for him to watch to distract him, and he's got the doggies up there just kind of trying to comfort him. So he is okay for the time being, and I'll follow up with that. So, yeah, it seems like Sonia's at war with herself with the going back and forth. You know, she's completely acknowledged that she's messing with another woman's husband. So there is no, what is the word that I'm looking for? There is no mistaking that. So the question there lies, why? Why are you so comfortable messing around with another woman's husband and you were a wife once? You know? Why? I don't understand. So I'm gonna let phone calls from prison finish this part of the text message, and there's some other messages that I want to get to tonight before we wrap up.
Find myself too consumed with you, and I will end up getting hurt or disappointed in the end. If I fall back, I can focus on me. I feel like I'm too consumed with you, and you're married.
She is too consumed with him. Absolutely, she is. That's a fact. That is an absolute fact.
Heard myself say I have to make sure you're okay first. That's me being too deep in this, more than a friend behavior. I will not leave you hanging. I will try to get your bond situated. Don't make excuses for her and why she's not doing more. You are 100% her concern, and she needs to find the energy, time, ability, and strength to help you through this phase. It is her duty. Not speaking ill of her, but we find the energy to save people we love, and I think I want more for myself. I deserve that. I was raised in a rich white suburb, went to school with racial of 90% Jews. So if I can find the energy any black woman can, especially a mother, she needs to be your blessing. I love you and I'm sorry if this affects you in any way.
No, what Sonya needs to do is stop talking about Shirley like that. Because until you were in this woman's shoes and you've made the sacrifices that she's made, you have no idea. Sonya says she was raised in a rich white neighborhood. Okay. But she ain't learned a damn thing. She hasn't learned. James Mack is in the building. Y'all make sure y'all go to James Mack, your man on the street, just the way it appears on there, and go and subscribe to his channel. This is my radio partner. We're also working on building his YouTube and social media following. So yeah, so make sure you go over to his channel and subscribe and like the videos over there. I appreciate the support. um he has James has an amazing radio voice, and it is just a privilege and an honor to um to be able to work with him. And we are in negotiations with the radio station because they offered us an opportunity to take a morning spot. And that is a very coveted spot because the morning is when most people listen to the radio on their way to work and so forth. And so we are working on that. God is good. Tell the Truth said, honestly, don't think Shirley said those exact words to Nesto. We all know how he liked to ad lib. And even with that, he gets everything ass backwards. He sure does. Oh Lord, Man About Music said, "Poor puppies, poor puppies." Yeah, because we see how Sonya treats the babies, so I can only imagine what she gonna do with the puppies. They call me Mo. Said, Sonya is on his level. Shirley is out of his league. Listen, I know that right. I know that's right. I get exactly what you're saying.
Or adds to your situation. Jumping ahead to March of this year, Sonia was
All
upset.
right, so I'm gonna pause there, and I'm gonna stop sharing for for a second and pause there because I want to get to some of these other uh I want to get to some of these other text messages. So on 11/24/2022, Ernest says, I love you, my love. Yes, I got your message. Only send pics. I will get them in one day. So again, we have Nesto dictating what he want done um, from jail. What he wants done from jail. Sonia replies with this long message the next day. So he texts her at 10:24 in the morning on 11/24. Now this is right before Thanksgiving or right around Thanksgiving. Just a few months. So remember, he's in Fulton County for 3 months. And then he gets moved to Cobb. Or 3.5 months. He gets moved to Cobb. And remember what he told Shirley, I don't really need no money for my books because they feed us good in here. That's why I F's with the crackers. Right? That's what he said. Um, and so now 11/24/2022, he's at Cobb. He's got this tablet. You would have thought the first person that he text was his wife, but no, not at all. So Sonia replies back the next day. When did you feel? This is what she's saying to Nesto. When did you feel you are in love with me? You see how crazy I am. I will say this. I love your smile. I love how positive you are. I love your how your morning spirit is. How his morning spirit is. What you talking about, Willis? I mean, Sonia. I love how you treat me. How he treats you. He's in jail. What can he do for you from jail? I love how you treat me. She loves how he treats me, but she complains and talks crap about the victims because Nesto was giving them cars to drive and taking them on trips, and she doesn't appear that she got that. We'll find out if that's the case potentially from some of these messages, though. I love how you treat me. I love how you inspire me. I love the advice you give me. I love how you always took the time every morning to check on me. She's talking about when she was hospitalized. Anyway, I'm not getting into that. I'm beating a dead horse. Because Nesto talked about actually going to visit and changing her diapers. So you hear how the story changes all the time? Silver and Gold said, I still think Steve has some personal knowledge of Nesto's history, maybe not all of it prior to Shirley meeting him, even if he claims he didn't introduce him to her. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna see how he does in the next hour or so. And if he's still not feeling well, I will definitely take him to urgent care. Didn't Shirley write to the DA to let him bond out to her house? Wasn't that in June? It was. That girl Reverend BK New York, it was, and that's why it was after she claimed she was done. So why would she then sign an affidavit unless she just signed something and didn't know what she was signing? So there's something to that doesn't smell right with that affidavit because Shirley has said, I didn't sign anything. I don't know anything about that. I didn't sign anything. I didn't do anything with that. So Boneytail says, I love the time that you would spend with me. I love spending time with you, even if no sex. I love sleeping with you. I love relations with you. I love how giving you are. Oh, because Nesto's giving? What has he ever given Sonia? Other than probably a yeast infection. What has he ever given to her that has her like this? This is the liquid V talking. Okay. She high off that liquid V. He put a monkey wrench on her and she is stuck on stupid. I love sleeping with you. I love the ex with you. I love how giving you are. I love your body. I love the way you dress. I love your style. I love your country ass ways. I love how simple you can be. I love your pickup line, blessing. She called, quote unquote, blessing his pickup line. Isn't that interesting? His pickup line? Oh, for real? Yeah, so even she picked up on it. He uses those scriptures and all of that probably to disarm people, probably to, you know, get people to let their guard down. and all of that. Shea B says Shirley will never speak publicly on this. Well, you'd be surprised. I'm hoping so. Maybe she'll go on Oprah or something. I don't know. Maybe she'll go to Iyanla Van Zant to fix her life. I don't know. She said that she loves his pickup line blessing. I love how you smell. I love how you feel. I love your head, neck, and face. Now remember, she claims to only have met Nesto a handful of times. It sounds like she lied. That's what it sounds like. Because how could you have experienced all of this and you only seen him 5 times? Okay. She says, I love how you feel. I love your head, neck, and face. I love your hands. I love your legs, knees, and all. I love your walk. I love your laugh. I love your voice. I love your teeth. I love your mouth, lips, and the way you kiss. I love the way your body feels hugged up. I love the fact that we can just talk about anything. You are my best friend. I am happy we met. You are a blessing in my life. But she don't believe in God or any spiritual being. How can you believe in blessings? I appreciate you and value you more than I can say. Sonia sounds lovesick and de-whipped. That's what she sound like. That's what she sound like. Alice, blessed child of God, said, unfortunately, Shirley married Mr. Wrong, believing she was marrying Mr. Right. And when things went wrong, she should have left stage right. You know, she could have exited stage left when things went left. And I would love to hear from Shirley why she stayed. At what point did her spidey senses kick in? Because, see, do you guys understand that a woman's intuition is a gift from God? Men don't have that. Everyone has a conscious sense about something that doesn't feel right or wrong, but women have a very high sense of intuition. You combine that with discernment and you can take it to another level. But we have a woman's intuition. We are biologically wired with that. I'm pretty sure that Shirley's intuition was kicking in. I would love to hear from Shirley at what point she realized something ain't right here and what she did about it or what she failed to do. And if she could go back and do it all over again, what she would do different. Would she do anything different? And I want to know what was the straw that broke the camel's back. Because Shirley found out about something. She found out about something that was going on to make her say, I am done. So after Sonia's long poem to Nesto pining over him like she's straight out of high school, like she ain't never had no D before, let me tell you what I think it is. I'm gonna get we gonna get real grown for a second, okay? Because we grown at the picnic. You can have women having relations. I got to be careful what I say because YouTube is striking every damn thing now. Having relations with a man, but they don't really climax. Okay. Not in the way that most women know how to climax on their own. So I'm wondering if she reached a climax with him, something she ain't never felt before, and just got sprung. She texts him what, 7 minutes later? The same day. Why haven't you called me? It's getting late. I had to be at work Saturday at 4 p.m. and Sunday at 7 a.m. I worry about you. Love you. Jesus Christ. Ooh. That text sound like it's coming from a teenager in puppy love. It sure does. Thank you so much, Nosy Nunu. He will. He will. He will. You know, along with women having a women's intuition, most women are biologically designed to have a higher threshold for pain than men because we have, men don't give birth. We have to give birth. And so when my son is not a crier. He don't cry for like anything at all. He's been that way since he was a baby. You could get right up in his face and he'll just laugh. So when he cried, he hurt. So he was hurt for a minute. But but he's okay. He's finally getting some relief. So again, thank you guys for the guidance on how I can help my baby. Why haven't you called me? It's getting late. I have to be at work Saturday at 4 p.m. and Sunday at 7 a.m. I worry. Lady, Sonia, that's another woman's husband. You the side chick. You're not his girlfriend. Why are you talking to this man like you his girlfriend? You checking for he's in jail. He's not in a hotel. All right. He ain't in the RV. He ain't hanging out with Dre. The brother's in jail. Why haven't you called me? Because Shirley said she ain't got no money. And if Shirley ain't got no money, Nesto ain't got no money because you ain't got no money. You know, Dre got $50. Not Dre, I'm sorry. Nesto, sorry, Lamont. Lamont maybe got $50, but that ain't enough to cover all these text messages. Then she texts him the next day, I'm in love with you, Ernest. Let's see how he responded. He didn't. So she responds, stressing. He still doesn't respond. She responds with, I need you to call me. That's the message, just like that. He still doesn't respond. I love you so much. I hate it. Too bad I can't have you. She took what wasn't hers to have. That man, as broken as he is, still belonged to another woman. Sonia is a complete buffoon. Nosy Nunu said, Bonitail hating on Shirley Strawberry, trying to make herself look better. Yeah. God bless 1254 said, just imagine being 55 and still acting and playing stupid games. And King, thank you so very much for the super chat. He said, Uncle Willie, and I hope the boy is feeling better. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. He is. It took a little minute for that medicine to kick in. And may your gift return back to you tenfold. I appreciate all of the super chats, and there may be some of you who may want to give monetarily in your heart, but you just don't have it. That's okay. But you got a finger and you can hit the like button and you can also hit the subscribe button. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, if you're enjoying yourself, please, by all means, make it official. Make me an honest woman and hit the subscribe button. Um, let's keep going. So she's responding to him like she's his girlfriend, which is just sickening to me because she's not. She's not his girlfriend. He has a whole wife. And you acting like he don't have anybody. I hate when she does that. You know, Shirley needs to do a little more. She needs to do better. She needs to support you a little more. I don't know what Nesto was telling her or what she thinks Shirley ain't doing. You know, but Shirley's over there humping at the Steve Harvey morning show, trying to earn some coins so that she can pay this man's lawyer's fees. Meanwhile, you got a new job every other week, but you can afford some puppies. I get blamed for everything. Thank you so much for the super chat. She said 30 years ago, I dealt with a married man. It was a thing. One day I woke up in love and I called him and quit him. I told him, if you cheated with me, you will do it again with someone else. Rightfully so. There are a lot of women who have gotten caught up with a married man. It happens. And oftentimes it happens like this. You meet a man. You don't find out immediately that he's married because he's not going to tell you he's married at first because he want to hook you. Y'all do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. Okay. Y'all hollering and shouting in between the sheets. All right. And then, you catch feelings and then you find out the man is married and it's hard to detach. But at some point you get convicted and you say, I can't do this. You belong to somebody else. And if you did this to her with me, you will do this to me with somebody else. Very smart move. And I get blamed for everything, Queen. May your gift return back to you tenfold. I appreciate you so much. And thank you so much for being at the picnic, even though Nightbot ate up all the food. Marlena said, why is she so comfortable messing around with another woman's husband that happens to be locked up? It's like love after lockup. A pimp named Nasty Nesto said, no offense, but Sonia's parents have a lot to answer for. The audacity God bless 1254. She doesn't know her place. She doesn't know that she's a side chick. She doesn't know how to play that role. She's a side chick trying to be a main, screaming, pick me, pick me. She is a pick. That's what we call her, a pick me. Because she's screaming for attention. She wants to take Shirley's place. Sonia wants to be Shirley while Shirley wants Nesto to be Steve. Ooh, Tony B. King. Wow, that's deep. Sonia wants to be Shirley while Shirley wants Nesto to be Steve. Wow, doggone it. That's it right there. Say it again. Say it again. Whew, profound. I'm going to keep that up there for a little minute because some of y'all need time to process that one. So he still doesn't respond. She says, really? Damn, made my day. We are the perfect pair. Can't wait for the mixtape. I don't know what she's talking about. We in December now. December of 2022. Never loved like this before. You are everything to me. Miss you all day, every day. Good morning, handsome, because he still hasn't responded. So she's just texting away several times a day, every day. Now it's the next day. I don't know what this man did to her, but apparently he did something to her. He put it on her. He put something on that she ain't never had before. That's why she's acting like this. This is not normal. It's not. When you've had enough of a good thing, there ain't a good thing out there that'll make you act like this because you done had it before. It's just another good thing. But when you ain't never had it like this before, it's new. Because once upon a time, I had something that had me acting like her. So I'm not sitting in judgment over her because of how she's acting. I'm sitting in judgment because of how she's acting with another woman's husband, and then she lied about it. But I can understand what's going on with her. Sonia is very immature. She's 50 something. We probably thought she was in her 20s or 30s when we first heard her voice because she sounds like a little girl and she acts like one too. She acts like a young lady who needed her dad or potentially her mom. Sonia is very behind in her maturity level. Very behind. She might disagree, but that's my opinion. Okay? My opinion is that she's very delayed. Very, very delayed in her maturity because she acts like how I would have acted in high school. Houston Foodie in the building. Sonia was typing this on the potty. So the next message is, hey, love, I'm sending you 3 pics from this morning. I love you more today. I hope your lawyer contacts me, but usually when they haven't done anything, they don't call. Now, I know she ain't over here complaining about somebody who ain't done nothing because we know for a fact that Nesto be giving her a to-do list. She don't write nothing down and she don't get nothing done. He only called last time because he had just filed something. He knows his behind is not on his job, so he avoids us. She calls him an ass. He is unfit to practice. What? You are unfit to be anybody's girlfriend, let alone wife. But he's unfit to practice? Jermaine Smith said Nesto gave Sonia that triple D dirty dildo disease. Jermaine, sir. Now, I'm not going to send you to the principal's office. That was a good one. I was ready for you this time, though. I was definitely, you ain't catch me off guard with that one. I was ready. He said triple D. Okay? Dirty dildo disease. I ain't messing with you. She says that the lawyer is unfit to practice as if she knows law. Nesto was constantly having to correct her, constantly having to tell her about things that she should know. She didn't know that an arraignment is a first appearance. She was telling Nesto on one of the calls about something, and he's like, no. He didn't even say that's not how that go. He just literally explained it to her. Because she didn't know. He had to explain to her about his RICO. Okay, that's the call. I remember now. That was the call when they were talking about the RICO. And Nesto was like, man, they done turned it around for me. They done spent it all the way around. Well, your girlfriend is running around, shouting from the rooftops. Indict or dismiss, dismiss or indict. Well, you thought they was dismissing, fooled you. No, they indicted. And they didn't even get him for everything. Nesto has a long way to go. See, look at how God works. Nesto didn't get um he's not paying the penalty for just one thing one at a time. He got hit with thing after thing after thing after thing, the same way he went after victim after victim after victim after victim. And it done came right back around like a boomerang. All right. So he's got layer upon layer upon layer. Nesto probably has been inside that courtroom or on Zoom calls for these various hearings more times than everyone in that Cobb County Detention Center combined, because he's done so much stuff. And they didn't just find out about one thing and they're going to prosecute him on that. They found out about everything. They got it all. Sonia says, he's not fit to practice. Do you trust him with your freedom? This is your life. This is your last good. I'm sorry. Do you trust him with your freedom? This is your life, the last of your good years. Do not play with your freedom. I have your back for life. Okay. People think about this. He sucks. He said, oh, please, sorry. Please think about this. He sucks. And the DA is not playing. They sure ain't. You need a beast to defend you, not a cow. I love you. I miss you. In my head, you're mine. I'm crazy though. Y'all heard that? I love you. I miss you. In my head, and she put it in parentheses, in my head, you're mine. I'm crazy though. So why was she upset when he called her crazy? Because she says herself that she's crazy. And she is crazy. She's nuts. Nothing that she has done has made any logical sense whatsoever. Finally, he texts back the next day. Good morning, my love. Are you going to sending me the picture today, boss lady? Do y'all know why I'm laughing? Because she done pour her heart out to this man for over 24 hours. And when he finally responds, he responds with a demand, because it wasn't a question. Are you going to sending me the picture today? It wasn't a question. That was a command. Then she responds back. Now that was at 10:30 in the morning on December 2nd. She responds back at 6 o'clock. Call me after 9:30. Going to the movies at 7. She was not having none of Nesto. She wasn't having none of him. Then she texts back at 9 something saying I'm home. And he respond back, will you be right? Then she sends him another long discourse. You ready? If you could write me a long love letter like the length of yesterday's letter, I'd be too happy. I hear you on what you're saying. I will leave your BC attorney alone. I'm sure he's heated. I was professional and direct. I said nothing wrong. My duty is to make sure you are 100% with the legal side of these issues, even after you're freed. Even after he's free? Tony B said, love is a heck of a drug sometimes. You got that right. So she was talking bad about BC, and he was like, no, you don't. No, you don't. Call him. Now, you know how he was talking about BC. BC was his boy. Y'all remember that, right? BC was his boy. He was all about some BC until BC was like, Nestos, I don't know how to tell you this, but I'm breaking up with you. I'm breaking up with you. Old School Nixie says Sonia confuses daddy business with her relationship business. I believe that Nesto reminds Sonia of her dad, a playboy gentleman that provides the loyalty and protection that her mom never did. I have to 100% agree with you on that one, and I'm keeping that one up. BC was like, yeah, I can't help you. I done gone as far as I can go. This ship, it listen, it's dead in the water. I'm done. But anyway, so Sonia has defined her role in his life as making sure that he's 100, that he's Gucci with the legal side of issues, even after he's freed. Do you see what she's doing there? She's trying to solidify her position in his life. She's trying to give herself a function of need in his life so that he can't have a reason to get rid of her. Little does she know, he would drop her like a bad habit as soon as she doesn't prove herself useful. As soon as she doesn't prove herself useful, because Nesto uses people, he uses them up, he uses them, he bleeds them dry, and then he leaves. Miss Mad About Music said, yeah, he was praising BC in December 2022. BC said, peace. Peace out. She says, I'm not going to let anyone try you. If these attorneys know they cannot drop the ball, they won't. He's either going to step it up or quit. Well, Boney Tail, he quit. So you caused Nesto to lose his good lawyer. Because if she's talking to Nesto like this, can you only imagine the crap that she was yapping to the lawyers about? If these attorneys know they can't drop the ball, they won't. He's either going to step it up or quit. I'm happy with either choice. Well, was Nesto happy with the choice of him stepping down? Because listen, she don't have a dime to throw in the pot, but she wanted to say how the pot is stirred and what kind of seasonings is going in the pot and the ingredients and everything. But you ain't got a dime to put towards it. But you want to make all the decisions. And yes, I was thinking last night, my strength comes from being raised by a strong man who stayed in my ear. It's a typo. She said he mad. We all were though. Not in the fighting sense. To be alive is work, and you have to be built for the BS that comes. Being black is some added being a female in business is hard. And I'd rather be in city that respects me. I'm reading how she wrote it. These clowns down here, man, it's crazy. F these locals. At my age, I'm looking not to be moving like when I was young. Actually, it was easy when I was younger. It's the city. I can go to a small city and kill it. I know my strength. I never doubt my abilities. I'm just over Miami. I have to think on it. I love you more today. And I have thought how crazy our connection is. Didn't see this coming at the gas station in October 2020. Uh, Miss Thing, we know good and hell well that you did not meet Nesto at the first time at no gas station and you did not meet him in October of 2020. The bag is out. The cat is out of the bag, rather. We know that you didn't meet him in 2020. You didn't meet him in 2019. You probably met him in 2018. I'm just telling you, there's at least one or two content creators on these YouTube streets that know what's really going on. We know when you really met Nesto, so stop your lying. I really thought, whatever, dude, you still was super handsome. I was just not focused on anything but business when we met. My blessing, good morning, my love. Really? Do you see how scatterbrained this message is? Nosy Nunu said, I think he thought that just because the lawyer was a paid one, that he would get a jail versus public, that he would, that he would get out of jail versus a public fender because he thinks very strangely. Nesto is used to getting off. BC always got him off. He said it. Remember when he asked Shirley to pay BC off? Who uses that kind of language? Yeah, just pay him off. Not pay the balance, pay him off. He's used to paying off the lawyer to get him off. Okay. Do y'all remember Tyler Perry's movie Diary of a Mad Black Woman? So I forgot the actress's name, so I'm not even gonna say it. Okay. But you got the main character, the wife. She's married to the rich lawyer. He has a side chick and has a baby on her on the side and all that stuff. But do you remember there was a thug that paid him a lot of money to get him off? And when he was in court and they did whatever they did in court, he was going to face some jail time. And remember, he caught him in the alley. This is the actor that's got that super mean, deep voice. It doesn't even sound human. And he said, "Yo, man, I paid you good money to get me off, and you better get me off." And he's like, "I don't take kindly to idle threats." Kimberly Elise, thank you so much. And dude is like, "I don't make idle threats." Long story short, he didn't get him off. The dude, got significant jail time, and he ends up shooting the husband. Remember, he was shot, and the side chick took off. Right? She took off running. She took all his money out the bank and hightailed it out of there. And Kimberly Elise, who's now in a relationship with who, the sexy Shamar Moore, she tells him, he's proposing to her, and she's like, I need a break. Or he proposed to her, and she's like, she doesn't tell him why. She just runs off on him, but it's to go look after her husband, her estranged husband. And she's taking care of him. And how she takes care of him is she don't feed him for a few days. She let him sit in the wheelchair for a couple of days, urinating and defecating on himself, right? She humbled him real quick. My favorite scene is when she was eating the salad and he was over there crying because he was hungry. She's like, "Oh, you hungry? Huh?" And she slides the plate of salad across the table and it crashes on the floor and he just cries. And then she's like, "Oof, you stink." Because she leaves him. She leaves him there for days at a time in the wheelchair. He's paralyzed. She leaves him in a wheelchair. And then she runs him into the sink. He almost drowns. Anyway, um, and I don't even know where I was going with that, but let's get back to it. Um, he's used to paying lawyers off. That's where I was going. He's used to getting off. And unfortunately, it didn't work this time. It just didn't work. She talks about being a female in business is hard. A lot of things are hard for Sonia. It's hard for her to get up in the morning. It's hard for her to hold down a job. It's hard for her to let these lawyers do their job and to stop intervening. It's easy for her to drive people away. Every one of his lawyers quit, except the last one who probably would have quit, but he needed that bread. And Shirley was like, "It's not going to happen." Nesto's like, really? Yeah, it's not going to happen. Well, what happened? She was like, "It's okay. Okay." And he's like, "Oh, okay. Okay. Okay." I mean, listen, Shirley was finding her cojones. Okay. She was finding it. Sonia dealt with men her age versus dating youngins? She should have been able to handle that little noodle action. Nesto laid. Yeah, stop making them bubbles. We all know that famous line. Stop making them bubbles. And her husband was Steve Harris. Yep. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Um, and then she just starts rambling. I don't know what all this is. She goes from talking about the lawyers to talking about her strength to talking about being alive is hard. Sonia is lazy. That's what her problem is. She's lazy. She is a type B personality, a dreamer. And I'm not trying to say anything bad about type B personalities. Not every type B personality is like a Sonia. I'm speaking about Sonia directly. Okay. No sense of urgency. Come see, come sa. Okay. Que sera, sera. What will be, will be. Come what may. And then she goes into this crazy rant about the city. And it's like she's making excuses in advance because she knows she's getting ready to tell Nesto that the business deal is off. So she's talking about, well, I guess I'll just leave Miami. She said that she can do well in a small city. See, are you guys familiar with the term big fish, little pond? Little fish, big pond? Sonia's in Miami. She's a little fish in a big pond. Lots of competition. A lot of people who are going to see through her BS. Who are going to see that she's not ready, and she don't got it. Because some people just like to talk a good game and waste your time. But she's trying to say if she was in a small city, she would be a big fish in a small city. because she trying to say she knows how to make money, but that stands to be seen. So then the next few messages is stuff about court. Call other, she's in court. I don't know what that means. That's Sonia. Call me, need to talk. This is on December 9th. So same date as this rant. The next day, I'm sending your pictures. I hate going on your page, but it helps me to know the reality of things and why I am falling back. So she just went from just a week or so before professing her love to this man. He's the best of this, and she loves his knees, and she loves the toe jam between his toes and the nasty ass wax between his ears. All right. She loves the doodle crumbs between his butt cheeks. She loves everything, right? His ashy elbows. And now it lets me know the reality of things and why I'm falling back. So she needed to look at his Instagram to realize why she needs to fall back, because she's seen a whole bunch of pictures of him and his wife and how he treated his wife and how he's never done any of those things for Sonia even before he ended up in jail. Because think about it. If they did meet, some of you are like, well, we don't have any proof that they met in 2018, so I ain't going with that. I'm going with that because a source told me that. And when the trial comes, then we'll get confirmation and we'll see what it really was. But it makes sense to me because I know for a fact that they had to have known each other prior to 2020, because she talks about being around when his son got shot. She alludes to being around or knowing what was going on when the R victim came into the scene. The girl. Yeah, the girl. She sends him a message because he ain't responded. I love you so damn much. I'm sorry, this is Nesto to Sonia. I love you damn much, Sonia, our kisses. Because see, he knows that if he doesn't write something to her, and we're only gonna do a couple more pages of text, and then we're gonna wrap up. But he does this because he knows that he can't go too long without saying something to her. So he's reeling her right back in. Sonia is gullible, she's vulnerable, and Nesto has taken advantage of that. But she also takes advantage of him. He prayed. So I think when he first met Sonia, his intention was to scam her. But he saw something in her. Oh, she likes RV parks. Oh, she's talking all this business. Oh, she got 17 homes. I got to hook up with this person. And then after a while, he started little by little to realize that she's full of crap. She ain't done nothing. And we're gonna get to it in just a second, because there are text messages when he's talking to her about these businesses and trying to get her to do something. Miss Madam Up Music said, "Hey y'all, going back to cost of the text messages for a second. How much does it cost to text? Was he using Shirley's money? I believe so. He told Shirley, Desto told Shirley that the money he puts on the phone is for the phone for that person. I do remember Sonia saying, I'm going to put $10 on Dion's phone so that, he can talk to Desto. But the money that goes into the commissary gets used for other things, including these text messages. So that's what I believe." Old School Nixie said, "Exactly. But what I find most interesting is how different she is from other women who was raised by their single father, or by their single father." Right. She's very different from her siblings. Very different. And it only seems that some of her siblings really mess with her like that. We ain't heard a peep out of her sister Tanya. She don't even talk about Tanya. She talked about Trisha, but you don't really hear her talk too much about her other siblings. So I can only imagine what they think about her. I get blamed for everything. Says she even loves the STV she got. Love. Thank you so much for the super chat. May your gift return back to you tenfold. That's funny. Sonia is the type that has to be the prize, the center of attention all the time. She's the person that you have to tell her you love them like 50 times, every other hour, you know. Your baby must be sleeping. Hope he feels better. Yeah, he's knocked out now. He's knocked out. Now I gotta figure out how to get the dogs down here, because I don't let them go up there. His room is all the way upstairs. He's got his own team pad or teeny suite, mother-in-law suite, whatever you want to call it. So I'm gonna have to find a way to get the dogs down here because they looking quite comfortable for what I could see in the camera. Thanks. That's what I believe too. So that's a lot of money being used to text. I think Sonia was probably paid to or paying to. She was giving up them coins. She was definitely giving up them coins. Don't you remember the call when Nesto said that he doesn't have any more money? And she's like, what? Ah, she's like, okay, so I think I got a credit card. Okay, I gotta pay the bill. I just paid the bill, but yeah, I got a credit card. I think I can use. I got a credit card I can use. It's been a while, but the face that she made, I have often put it up on the screen of the exact face she made when he told her that he was out of money. And I said, "Yep, now you know what Shirley was going through and why Shirley said I'm tired." You know, Shirley made it dealing with Nesto look easy. So he gives her that one message. I love you so damn much, Sonia, your kisses. This is on December 10th. The next day, almost midnight now. I couldn't sleep, so I decided to write you. This is Sonia. I was thinking, yes, thinking about us and everything. And she writes this in caps. And I want to thank you for being in my life, for always starting your day with a call to me to see what's on my mind and how life is going, for checking on me when I was sick and being a true blessing to me. I wanted you to know you are a very valuable person in my life, and I cannot see being a part of each other's life. And I cannot see us not being a part of each other's life in some form. I have never been so addicted to anyone in my life. Never saw this coming. Fought it, and that did no good. Whatever we are, we were meant to be. I often go back to the first year we met and our long conversations about our life, present and past. How we just clicked from our love for RVs. We need to live life to the fullest. You are the best gift I can ask for in my life, and I promise you I will stalk you for life. I love you more every day. you know, uh, you know what just came to my mind? You know the cuckoo clock where the little bird comes out, cuckoo, cuckoo, cuckoo. She says she's nuts, and she is nuts. She's nuts. That girl rep in BK New York said it costs 15 cents a minute using the tablet. Wow. Nesto put the ooh wee on her. Yeah, he listen. So she responds, I'm missing you. So, well, not responds because he didn't respond to her. So she texts him again. I'm missing you so much. This is sad. Wide open over here. I scheduled 2 visits with you Saturday and Sunday. Yay. I love you. So she recognizes that she sprung. She's wide open. The next message says August 29th. I took a picture of your charges. It was 7 plus Henry County. Next message, lawyer sick. Will be there tomorrow at 11. I'm home. Next message, love you, babe. Nesto hasn't responded. Then when he does respond, it's with a long message. And here it is. Good evening. How are you doing? It has been a hell of a journey for us both. My new lawyer hasn't come to see me yet, so I'm just waiting patiently because she ran off the last one. So now he got a new lawyer and he got to wait. You gave me some good news today, but I have to see the proof in the pudding before I get excited. Now this is December 13th of 2022. Remember when he called Shirley and he was talking about pressure? He said, "Woo, that pressure." He had something. He was talking about how this was right before. He was talking about how BC. He said BC got in their ass. And, and that's what I'm talking about. All this stuff. And he was very giddy and very happy. It must have been at the beginning of December. And I remember this call because Real Talk Bougie, we were all on her live trying to figure out if he was saying pressure or something else. It sounded like pressure, and we were trying to decipher because the mush mouth just and the closed caption wasn't helping. But anyway, he says, I'm glad you made your mind up about your business and your future desires. So let's talk about this RV park. Do you have a realtor that's going to find us some land? Listen to how Nesto inserts himself into her plans. I'm glad you made up your mind about your business and your future desires. So let's talk about this RV park. Do you have a realtor that's going to find us some land that has already that has already running water and electricity with an abandoned building located near Interstate 75 north or south. This man is real specific. Nesto, the most disappointing thing for me is that if he was an honest black man, he could have been great. He could have been great. He could have been that billionaire. Nesto got some ideas, boy. And he knows how, he's got some know how. He just doesn't know how to do it honest. So, real specific, do you have a realtor? Can they find us some land that has running water and electricity with an abandoned building located near Interstate 75? Why does he need some land with an abandoned building on top of it? Nesto, what the hell are you up to? You, what kind of freaky pad, masochistic BDSM booty barn are you trying to create? One that has tax liens from the government for non-payment of taxes. Ah, so that's his plan. Because he figured if it's got a tax lien, he can just pay the tax lien and he can get it. You know that someone can have a tax lien for like $100 and something and you can get their whole house. The second week of every month, they do auctions at the courthouse. You can pay the liens off, but you have to give the owners up to a year to pay you back. If we can get up to 10 properties, we can move comfortably and turn them into RV resorts. That way, we can get a government grant and sponsors for the outreach youth program. Nesto got it all figured out. Do you remember the old days when we would go to the YMCA programs and some schools used to offer field day trips on the weekend that would give the youth who are uncomfortable? Okay, I'm sorry. Let me go back. Do you remember the old days when we could go to YMCA programs and some schools used to offer field day trips on the weekend that would give the youth who are unfortunate something to look forward to and to get away from the harm's way of their everyday life? This is how he wrote it. When I was out, I was using my business to help the unfortunate. That means abusive marriage and abusive childhoods, the progress into men and women that uses there to bring misery in themselves onto other people as well. That's what he wrote. Point being, he's very specific in how he wants to build these businesses. Unfortunately, he done hooked up with someone who's a procrastinator and who's never going to get it done. So then the next message, oh, I'm sorry, is that the end of it? Wait a minute. Okay, that's the end of it. So that's all we're going to get into for tonight, because I didn't want to go too far into 2022. So we got from November, when they started, November 13th or whatever it was, the first message of 22 to December 13th in terms of the messages. And the last message to her is he want to know what's going on with this RV park. Nesto has a type A personality. Once you decide that you want to do something, he ready to roll. Did you do the research? Did you find out how much money we need? Did you get that land? Did you speak to the realtor? Is it going to be close to I-75 north or south? It's got to have an abandoned building on it, okay, with a government lien. And we're going to pay the lien and buy the property. And then we're going to use it to allow kids. Now, did that catch your eye? I'm going to read it again. He's talking about, because some of y'all might have missed this. And you know what? If I'm reading too much into it, maybe. I don't think so, though. But y'all can tell me your opinion. He said that way we can get a government grant and sponsors for the outreach youth program. There are plenty of adult programs with adults that also could use a getaway and a vacation. Give me an amen in the chat if you could use a vacation. You ain't going to Nesto's nasty RV park. I'm just saying. Youth program, outreach youth program. And even though it's improper English and it's all tore up, he talks about the schools offering day trips on the weekend to give youth who are unfortunate something to look forward to so they can get away from the harm of their everyday life. Then he starts talking about abusive marriage and abusive childhoods to progress into men. I don't know what that part means, but there is a victim who appeared on Essie Berry's YouTube channel talking about her encounter with Nesto. And like many of Nesto's victims, she poured her heart out to this man and told her how she was a victim of abuse and SA and what happened to her and yada yada yada. I'm down on my luck. Basically, she uh confirmed to Nesto that she's desperate. People can see, not people, con artists can smell desperation a mile away. There's no easier mark than a desperate one who will give their last dollar if they think they can make two. And I find it very interesting that he's looking into government grants for youth programs on December 13th, 2022. And 6 months from this message, I think it's 6 months. Yeah, he's going to get hit with pedo charges. Did y'all catch that? Nesto want to build an RV park with an abandoned building so he can bring the children from the YMCA programs and those that are less fortunate. Because do you realize that oftentimes it is children that come from broken homes and abusive homes? Those children get re-abused by other people. I can't tell you the number of people that I've met that have experienced SA multiple times in their life by different people because they keep running into men or women that would take advantage of them that way. So he wanted an abandoned building and he gonna get the government to pay for a youth sponsor program. Nesto, ain't nobody after all this gonna let you anywhere near their kids if you do get out. And I don't think you getting out. Tony B said the only RV park Nasty Nesto and Sonia could purchase is Toys R Us. Is wait a minute. The only RV park Nasty Nesto and Sonia could purchase would have Toys R Us name on it. Lord have mercy. Yes, you can easily get that through an auction, says Miss Mad About Music. Shea B says, sounds like a kidnapping situation. It sure do. It sounds sinister. Old school Nixie, Nesto has sniffed her abandonment issues and is manipulating her insecurities, but pimping her out for his end game. Wow. Nixie, you be hitting us with that truth. Nesto preys on the unfortunate. He does. Shea B said this ninja is cold on his con. Yeah. Apple of his eye said this screams trafficking to me. It is those children that are vulnerable, that come from those households where, there's abuse happening in the home to their caregiver or to them that end up being trafficked because they run from those households looking for someone to love them, someone to care about them, someone to take care of them. And the first person they run into to show them any kind of attention will do that. They will gaslight them. They will love bomb them. They will groom them. And then they will take advantage of them and hurt them. He is talking about Steve Harvey outreach youth programs. Yeah, Dion, I believe, came through one of those programs, I think he said, or was connected to one of those programs because when Nesto first got locked up in those first calls, he talked about it. He's like, man, I don't know what's going on with my dad. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what the deal is. I'm just over here, like, I got my barbershop and I'm just over here trying to do the Steve Harvey Youth Program. Like, he made sure he threw that name out. Like, don't come for me. I don't know. I don't know. But it could be a reach, but it caught my attention. It definitely caught my attention. Tiger Lily said, who be Essie? Essie is a content creator who is known for her passion for helping victims, all type of victims. She has a very strong voice, a very F with me if you want to type voice. No nonsense. And I'm gonna be honest, I have not been over there to see any recent content as of late, but there are certain videos that and lives that she's done that I will watch over and over because they're just that good. So yeah, Essie Berry. I think it's Berry, and you spelled the first name correctly. So yeah, DAB said, oh, it only gets more interesting by 5/2023. You are onto something here. Already trying to reflip his con. Yeah. But he bet on the wrong person. Oh, I saw based on text that Dominique was staying with him and Shirley. Y'all remember Dominique, Alasia Alexander? I believe she and the SA victim may be sisters. WD, isn't she on the victims list? I can confirm that Dominique, aka Alasia Alexander, but it's SIA, not HA, that she was living with Nesto, or at least she was using the address for the Bent Creek Manor House. Because when I did her background check, she has that address listed. And why would that address be on her background check unless she used that address for something to say that she was staying there? Once you put your address down on any piece of paper that you sign, whether you are getting a job, whether it's a job application, you're getting a job, anything where it's being processed and checked, it ends up on your background. Old school Nixie said Nesto is the most dangerous kind of individual. He is, because Nesto is a great pretender. And I think that's what makes him so lethal. He's a great pretender, to the point where many of us, we kiki and we laugh, and we have not discerned or have forgotten or just didn't know at all how dangerous this man really is. He tries to con law enforcement where he is. And even they, the COs, have to be very careful around Nesto because he's slippery and he's a trickster. And he as mushy mouth as he is, he's a good talker. And he starts talking to them, especially when he starts spitting that business. If you met him on the street, not on the street, but if you met him in a coffee shop and you have a strikeable casual conversation with a stranger and y'all get to talking and you're like, well, listen, you want to know how to start a business. This is what you got to do, yada, yada, yada. You would think that this man, like, oh, snap, like let me get your number. Like, something. He's a con artist and a good one. The problem is he got cocky and he got sloppy. And he didn't understand that while he was doing his cons, the world was changing and evolving. Technology, things were happening very different from what he was used to. So he was still riding off of his former glory. And you only know things based on your own experience. So his experience with the court was what he experienced years ago when he was able to get off. He was not ready for all of this. He got sloppy. He got stupid. And I think one of the worst mistakes he could have made was hooking up with Sonia. But I'm so happy that he did, because Sonia led Nesto astray. She led him right into the bear's mouth. And now everything is exposed because she couldn't keep her damn mouth shut. And on that note, Wisdom family, we're gonna bring this wisdom picnic to a close. So many more messages. As phone calls from prison said, there are about 3,000 messages and 211 page, 200, over 200 pages, and it is 211 to be exact. And so I'm expecting more phone calls from prison around this. I'm expecting, she hasn't said that, I'm not sure, but as we dive into this, I'm going to be going through and pulling out the most significant messages, because I have no intention to do lives just reading 1,000 messages, but the ones that really stick out, the juicy ones, I will definitely provide my thoughts and commentary on it. And I don't think that that's going to be a problem. But like I said, I just won't show it. I'll talk about it. I'll read some of it. Some of it I may be paraphrasing because of the poor English or some of the stuff that they're saying in here. But if you want to read this for yourself, okay, you need to go to that Patreon and pay that $3 or $5 so you can get access to it. So again, hope you guys had a really great time. Remember to, if you didn't like the video on the way in, remember to hit that like button on the way out, because it really does help me a great deal. It helps move us into the algorithm. The goal is 5,000 subscribers, and I would like to get there in the next 30 days. I am 297 away. Last I checked. Make sure you share the channel, share the videos. Those of you who may be in the bushes, if you're not aware, it does not cost you anything to subscribe. It really doesn't. It's just a matter of hitting that subscribe button. And it's up to you. If you want to know when I go live, you can turn on the notification so you can be aware. But definitely subscribing will allow you to interact with us in the chat. All right. And again, I thank all of you for being on. I appreciate all of the gifts, the encouragement, the support, and certainly the advice regarding what was happening with my son on this evening. And thank you all for your patience. I bid you all a good night. And y'all already know how this go. Be safe, be at peace, and keep your eyes and your ears to these social media streets, baby. And I will see you on the next one. Bye, y'all.